Dear students, in this class we are going to discuss different types of capacitors. And before going for these capacitors, let me define what is the capacitance. So, as far as the capacitance is concerned, already from your circuit theory, you know C is equal to Q by V. C is equal to Q by V. So, from this equation, happily you can define capacitance is defined as the charge required to develop the potential between the two oppositely charged surfaces. It may be plates or it may be spheres, whatever it may be. So, to illustrate the concept of the capacitance, and let us take a dielectric slab like this is the dielectric slab, in which I have embedded two conducting materials. Let us take, this is the one portion, let me say this is M2, and one more conducting plate, this is nothing but M1. M2 is positively charged conducting plate, and whereas M1 is negatively charged conducting plate. And I already told you this is nothing but a dielectric slab. On this dielectric slab, I am embedding two conducting portions here. So, definitely some distance is existing here. This is separated by some distance d. That means forming the principle of a capacitance. So, two oppositely charged surfaces separated by some distance, that too the relative permittivity epsilon r of this dielectric material constitutes the concept of a capacitor. So, from this equation, capacitance is defined as the charge required to develop the potential between the oppositely charged surfaces. Here it is a positively charged surface, it is a negatively charged surface separated by some distance, which is nothing but a capacitor. Coming for this unit of the capacitor, capacitance unit is farad. The unit of capacitance will be 1 farad whenever 1 coulomb of charge is required to develop 1 volt potential between these two plates. ఈ రెండు ప్లేట్స్ మధ్య 1 వోల్ట్ పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ క్రియేట్ అవ్వడానికి ఎంత ఛార్జ్ అయితే అవసరం అవుతుందో దాన్ని 1 farad అంటారు. But practically, friends, farad is a big unit. That's why generally we are going to use the smaller units for the capacitance, because practically you have to think, because you are engineers. Capacitance in terms of farads you cannot see it practically. It should be, the unit is, you can say, even though it is farad is a unit, generally it will be measured practically millifarads or microfarads or nanofarads like this. The smaller units can be used to tell about this capacitance. So, once you know this capacitance, then definitely in our electrostatics, there are different types of capacitors now. So, the different types of capacitors are, the very first one is, everybody knows, general capacitor, parallel plate capacitor. Then second one is coaxial capacitor, and the third one is your spherical capacitor, and the last and final one is nothing but isolated capacitor. So, in this class I would like to tell you how simple to get the expression of the capacitance of different types of the capacitors. So, let me say first the parallel plate capacitor, which is the most used capacitor in all applications. So, parallel plate capacitor means two plates separated by a dielectric material. So, if you take that parallel plate capacitor, and the capacitance can be epsilon A by D, that thing we would like to show it now. As usual, let us take your XYZ axis once again. So, this is Z axis, and you can say this is X axis, Y axis, and you can say this is X axis. So we are taking two plates here, friends. The first plate is at z is equal to 0. Let me say this is the first plate at z is equal to 0. And the second plate is, I can say, this is at z is equal to d. There are two plates separated by some distance d like this. D is the distance between the two plates. So, as the two plates are separated by some distance, it is nothing but a parallel plate capacitor. And one more thing is, whatever the dielectric that is existing here is, let me assume it is air. Air means relative permittivity is equal to 1. So, this is called as parallel plate capacitor. In the parallel plate capacitor, I would like to derive the expression for the capacitance. So, very simple. Already you know from your circuit theory, what is the capacitance? Capacitance is nothing but C is equal to Q by V. But what is Q in our EMF? The charge enclosed. The charge enclosed will be given by which law? Gauss law. So, Q is nothing but, I can say, closed surface integral d dot ds is nothing but the charge enclosed, and divided by, I can say, potential. How to define the potential? You can define the potential like minus integral E dot dl, and integration should be carried from initial value to final value. Initial value to final value, this is. So that is the reason now, if you know Gauss law here, if you know the potential definition from electrostatics, happily you can calculate your capacitance here. Now let me fill up this. What is Q? Charge. Let us say that if you are taking the two parallel plates here, one is at z is equal to 0. That means in z direction I am putting the plates. First plate at z is equal to d, second plate like this. Let us say that the area of the plate is A. A is equal to area of the plates. Area of the plate. And D is nothing but distance between the plates. Okay. So, and the charge on this each plate is rho s coulomb per meter square. It is plus rho s coulomb per meter square, and it is minus rho s coulomb per meter square. It is plus rho s, and this is plus rho s coulomb per meter square, and the other plate is minus rho s coulomb per meter square. So, two oppositely charged plates separated by some distance d constitutes the principle of a parallel plate capacitor. Now, what is here? C is equal to closed surface in d dot ds means it is a charge enclosed. This is nothing but the Gauss law. So, what is the charge enclosed here? Rho s into A. I can say coulomb per meter square into area, nothing but coulombs divided by minus integral E dot dl. So, friends, what is the electric field intensity between the plates of the capacitor? Whenever I dealt with the surface charge, I already told you, field is maximum between the plates and it is equal to rho s by epsilon naught. This is already, result is told to you, this is in Az. So that is the reason, what is the electric field here? Rho s by epsilon naught. In which direction? It is always from plus to minus. It originates from plus, terminates on minus. That means in which direction? Z direction. That means Az dot. What is the length element here? Length element is also in Z direction because you are traveling in Z. That is called dz into Az. And you have to integrate from initial value to final value. What is the initial value? Initial value means a plate which is actually nearer to infinity, because we have defined the concept of potential taking infinity as the reference. So, infinity ki దగ్గరలో ఏది ఉంది? Z is equal to D plate. That's why you have to integrate from D to 0 like this. Therefore, C is equal to epsilon A by integral D to 0 rho s by epsilon naught Az dot dz into Az. So, from this, what is its value? Az dot Az becomes 1. Then you can say that C is equal to then rho s into A by this is rho s into A by. And you can say minus integral d to 0 rho s by epsilon naught into, you can say dz, because az dot az becomes 1. So that's why C is equal to then rho s into A divided by, and you know this is minus, rho s by epsilon naught is constant, and this is nothing but z. Z is between the limits, d to 0 into rho s by epsilon naught. Rho s and rho s will be cancelled, and it becomes 0 minus of minus becomes d. Therefore, it will become epsilon naught into A divided by d. Therefore, what is the capacitance value here? C is equal to, I can say, epsilon naught into A divided by d. So, this is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Already this result is known to you. So, the capacitance between the two plates is nothing but epsilon naught into A by d. So, per parallel plate capacitor, epsilon into A by d, it is a general formula where epsilon can be taken as epsilon naught into epsilon r. But remember here, your capacitance depends only on the physical dimensions of the plates. What are the physical dimensions here? A means area of the plate, d means distance between the plates. It is epsilon A by d Farads. Because the unit is very, very important here. This is the way of just calculating the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Now, in the same way, let us continue the story for finding the capacitances of other capacitors also. First of all, let me tell you what are the different types of capacitors. Types of capacitors. The very first capacitor is, just now we have given this, that is parallel plate capacitor. This is parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor capacitance value is equal to epsilon A by d. This is. The second capacitor is cylindrical capacitor. Or otherwise it is cable capacitor. Or otherwise you can say coaxial capacitor. You can say axis is same, that's a coaxial capacitor. And the next one is spherical capacitor. So what is the meaning of the spherical capacitor? Two spherical charges separated by some distance. And the next one is isolated capacitor. This is isolated capacitor. So for parallel plate capacitor, C is equal to epsilon A by d Farads. Everybody knows it. So now let me say, what is the cylindrical capacitor? It is also called as a cable capacitor. మీరు అందరూ చూస్తుంటారు, మీ ఇంటికి కేబుల్ వైర్ వచ్చి ఉంటుంది, కేబుల్ టీవీ అందరూ వాడుతుంటారు. కేబుల్ వైర్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది? ఇన్సైడ్ మీకు సిగ్నల్ క్యారింగ్ వైర్ ఉంటుంది, పైన షీల్డింగ్ ఉంటుంది, అండ్ దట్ కెన్ బి టేకెన్ యాజ్ ఏ ఎర్త్ అన్నమాట, అండ్ దట్ కెన్ బి టేకెన్ యాజ్ ఎ గ్రౌండ్. అంచేత ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ దిస్ సిలిండ్రికల్ కెపాసిటర్, ఇది ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే, సో ఇట్ విల్ బి హ్యావింగ్ outer wire as well as inner wire, like the outer and inner wire. So inner wire will be having the lesser diameter compared to the outer diameter. This is. So this is a cable, and you are having inside as well as outside. This cable length, let us take the length of the cable is L like this. This is the length of the cable. And if you take the cross section of this, then outer will be, this is nothing but the outer radius, and you can say inner will be like this. Let me say inner radius is A and outer one is B like this. This is. So for this I would like to calculate what is the capacitance now. So how to calculate the capacitance for this? As usual, just like a parallel plate capacitor, we can do this because you can use the formula, fundamental formula C is equal to Q by V. So what is the Q? Charge enclosed. Then if you take this cable wire, what is the charge enclosed here? It is a line charge. ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆల్ లోపల ఉన్న సిగ్నల్ క్యారీ చేసే వైరు చాలా సన్నగా ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి ఇంతకుముందు సర్ఫేస్ చార్జ్ చేసాం ప్యారలల్ ప్లేట్కి, ప్లేట్స్ మీద ఉండే సర్ఫేస్ కాబట్టి ఇది లైన్ చార్జ్ వేసుకుంటే చాలు రోయల్. సో రోయల్ ఇంటూ లెంత్ వేస్తారనుకోండి ఛార్జ్ వచ్చేసినట్టే. అండ్ హౌ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ద పొటెన్షియల్? మైనస్ ఇంటిగ్రల్ ఈ డాట్ డిఎల్ and you have to integrate from initial value to final value. So I would like to do this derivation here, just listen. So the thing is C is equal to Q by V, this is C is equal to Q by V, and you can say Q means you can say royal into area, royal into length divided by V means minus integral E dot dl. Okay. So that is equal to rho L into L divided by minus integral. What is the electric field intensity for a line charge? You have to remember all these formulas. What is the electric field intensity of the line charge? Rho L by 2 pi epsilon naught into rho in which arrow dot. What is the length element? Length element is also like this, d rho into arrow, d rho into arrow. So friends, arrow dot arrow becomes 1 and you have to integrate this expression from initial value to final value. What is the initial value? B to A. So outer diameter to inner diameter. So B is nearer to this, B to A like this. Then this becomes C is equal to rho L into L divided by arrow dot arrow becomes 1. Rho L by 2 pi epsilon naught is constant. You can take out from this integration 2 pi epsilon naught into integration of rho 1 by rho means ln of rho. This is ln of rho between the limits B to A. Rho L and rho L will be cancelled. Therefore, C is equal to, you can say, C is equal to 2 pi epsilon naught into L divided by ln of B by A, farads. So, this is the capacitance formula. You see how simple it is. So, capacitance C is equal to 2 pi epsilon naught into L divided by ln into B by A. Whatever may be the capacitor, friends. If you want to calculate the capacitance, you have to use C is equal to Q by V. That Q is nothing but the charge enclosed. But in the parallel plate capacitor, you told that it is surface charge. And in the cylindrical capacitor, it is nothing but a line charge. So coming for the spherical capacitor means I told you at the time of illustrating your Gauss law, Faraday experiment. What is the Faraday experiment? Two spheres, outer sphere as well as inner sphere, supported with some dielectric stands. So let me see for the spherical capacitor, and very simple, just like this one. This is a spherical capacitor, and at the center charge is enclosed here, and you can have two spheres here. One is inner sphere and other one is outer sphere. Let me say the inner sphere radius is A, outer sphere radius is B once again. If you want to calculate the capacitance of the spherical capacitor, the thing is very simple. Once again you have to go from fundamentals. C is equal to Q by V. Here also you have to remember C is equal to Q by V. So here what is Q enclosed? Q enclosed is nothing but Q. In spherical capacitor we have enclosed it with Q only. And V means once again you have to use minus integral E dot dl and you have to integrate it from B to A, outer to inner. So once again, just you change this so that you can get the formula here. Charge enclosed is equal to nothing but Q divided by potential minus integral E dot dl. So you can say integration should be carried from initial value to final value. Initial value is B, final value is A. I hope you are following this. So this is B to A. Therefore, C is equal to charge enclosed is Q by integral B to A. What is E? E for a point charge. E for a point charge is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square. In which direction? AR. Dot. Length element is also radial, means dr into AR. Then AR dot AR becomes 1. Therefore, C is equal to Q divided by minus dr dot AR becomes 1. Q by 4 pi epsilon naught is constant. So, Q by 4 pi epsilon naught is constant and integral some B to A, you can say 1 by R square dr. What is the 1 by R square derivation? Minus 1 by R. Okay. So that is the reason you can say Q and Q will be cancelled. So you can say 4 by epsilon naught divided by 1 by A minus 1 by B farads. Just if you do this step, you are going to get this. This is the capacitance of your spherical capacitor. So how simple it is? Because you are just doing your journey from fundamentals. C is equal to Q by V. ఈ Q అంటే ఏమిటి? The charge enclosed will be given by the Gauss law. And V is nothing but your potential definition, that's all. So you got this. So just to summarize, I am telling you, for cylindrical capacitor, you got the parallel capacitance value. C is equal to, how much you got it here? C is equal to 2 pi epsilon naught into length of the cable divided by ln of B by A. This is the formula, you got it. Whereas for the spherical capacitors you got C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught divided by 1 by A minus 1 by B. Then coming for this isolated capacitor, what is the meaning of isolated capacitor? Isolated capacitor ante ఏమిటి అంటే very simple. If you take this spherical capacitor and you are having inner sphere and outer sphere radius is B. అదే B కనుక ఇన్ఫైనైట్ అయింది అనుకోండి, అంటే ఒక పాయింట్ చార్జ్ ఇక్కడ ఉంది, దీని మొత్తాన్ని విశ్వం అంతా కూడా చుట్టేసింది అనుకోండి. వాట్ ఇస్ ద రేడియస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఎంటైర్ యూనివర్స్? దట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ఫైనైట్. సో ఇఫ్ B tending to infinity, isolated means very simple, B is tending to infinity. Outer sphere is becoming infinity. So if B is infinite here, what is the value of 1 by infinity? 0. Then what is the capacitance then? A will come to the numerator, then 4 pi epsilon naught into A. So here you can say if B tending to infinity, C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught into A. That means the capacitance of the isolated capacitor is equal to C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught into A farads. So this is the way of just calculating the capacitance of all the capacitors. In a single shot I am telling you the capacitors are totally parallel plate and a cylindrical capacitor and a spherical capacitor and isolated capacitor. And remember, these formulas are very much essential to calculate the capacitance of different capacitors, and so many times you can expect the derivation of each and everything your examinations also. So now after calculating all these capacitances, and we are going to see different types of problems using these capacitors and capacitance values in the next class. Okay? Thank you very much. I hope everybody understood, and try to listen carefully so that you can understand the concepts very well. And my dear friends, there is no need to by heart anything. Just in a sequence try to follow that, and definitely you can answer anything in your examinations. Thank you then. Thank you.